zeros, and let's talk about what our factors would be. This would produce the factor of x minus 5, but multiplicity 2, we'd have a 2 there. Good job. This 0 would produce the factor of x minus 1. Well done. Doesn't mention multiplicity, so I don't need to make any changes in this case necessarily. And then these two are a little bulkier, right? We're going to still have x minus, but this time the zeros are 3 minus I and 3 plus I. I like to use different colors so I can see which part's which. Okay. Again, you have to write p of x equals, right? That's the actual function in factored form now. And if they expect you to go further, at the very least, we expect you to distribute here. So this becomes x minus 3. Yeah. Did I make a mistake? Thank you. I forgot the leading coefficient. Is that what you were going to say too? Thanks, guys. Yes, I made a critical error. I forgot to read. So that goes down here. Leading coefficient was given to me. If they don't give you any information about the leading coefficient, then it's fair game for you to pick. Yeah.
Why do you put x minus? Why is it not x plus?
That goes back to the factor theorem. So if you think about when you had like x squared plus 5x plus 6, y equals that parabola. When we factor that into x plus 2 times x plus 3, to get the x-intercepts, you would set y equal to 0. You'd set each factor equal to 0. So x plus 5 equals 0 would give you the x-intercept of negative 5. So it's always the opposite sign, because in a linear equation you move something over. So the factor theorem said, one more time, here was our factor theorem for you. It said, if c is a 0, it goes both directions, then x minus c is a factor. So it goes both ways.
So
If you,
it's like a given, something that you just do.
It's not just because we just want to. It goes back to the principle. If you want to find x-intercepts and you have a factor, you set the factors equal to 0. If I were to set this factor equal to 0, wouldn't I get x equals 1? That's why. So they're going to be,
Oh, okay.
so it's not just made up. It makes sense. Okay, so now this becomes x minus 3 plus I and x minus 3 minus I. There's my 7. Thanks for catching it, guys. Okay. So again, on my test, this is sufficient. If my math lab doesn't like that, it's because they're expecting you to then do x times each of these things, negative 3 times each of these things, I times each of these things, until the i's disappear and you just get nice little trinomials that have real numbers in them. Okay? And again, hopefully that would be the most that they make you do, but I'm going to look into that problem once you send that to me. Okay, so again, for my test, that's all I want. Can you write